So now we are at the end of sorting algorithm. We have done, I mean, divide and conquer. So now we will start with linear, the searching algorithm. We have two searching algorithm: linear search and binary search. So I hope you have watched all my videos up till now. If you have loved watching my videos, please do subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so you can get updates. So if you subscribe to my channel and like my videos, this will just boost my confidence that people are watching. Okay, so that's it. So now let's see searching algorithm. So searching algorithm is here. Let's say search algorithms. In computer science, a search algorithm is an algorithm that retrieves information stored within some data structures. Okay, like we are searching some information within the data structure, the target data structure. Data structures can include linked list, arrays. See, search trees we will do. Okay, we are I think in compiler season we will do search trees. So now for now just skip this. Hash tables we have already seen in data structures and various other storage methods. Data structures are in C. In this we have seen that in some data structure in CS, in computer science, a search algorithm is an algorithm that retrieves some information stored in some data structures. So in data structures may include linked list, arrays, search trees, hash tables, etc. So now searching algorithm encompasses algorithms that query the database such as SQL effect comment. So just take a note of it now. We will do all this in our database DBMS course. So this is just SQL. SQL we will do in DBMS. So just for now, just take a note. So now here we are dealing with two searching algorithms: linear search and binary search. Okay, so just before this, we are doing selection sort. I was telling you just linearly it was searching. Linearly means it is sequential search. So linear search or sequential search is a method for finding a target value within a list. So linearly we are finding, let's say you have to find some given value within the our target value within our this array or linked list, anything. So you have to find that element. So we are going sequentially, we are searching. So now how it works? It sequentially checks each and every element of the list for the target value until a match is found or until all the elements have been searched. See here in this linear search, it may happen that what we are trying to search is not present in that array. So what will go? What it is? It will go till the last element. We will try finding till the last element. Okay. So now it works both on sorted and unsorted data. Not an array or something, like it works both sorted and unsorted, because in binary search it works in sorted. That's why it's written here sorted and unsorted, both works in both ways. Okay, so I will erase this out. Now I will go to the algorithm. Okay, so please make a note of it, pause and make a note of it. Okay, so now let's see the linear search. So problem statement: given a list L, let's say a list L is given with n number of elements with values or records from L0 to Ln minus 1, and target value T is the actual value we are trying to find out from this list. Okay, L0 to L minus 1. Following the subroutine uses linear search to find the index of the target T in L. We are trying to find out the index where this target T is present. So let's see this basic algorithm. Okay, so after that we will do the function part, but here let's say basic algorithm. Set I to 0. So I will start from 0. The indices will start from 0. If L of 0 is equals to T, L of I means it was pointed to 0. So if L of I is equals to T, the search terminates successfully and returns I. So if the first element is our target element, so what we will just return that I is this, I is equals to 0 and return successfully. Else, if it is not true, increase I by 1. We will increase I by 1, and if I is less than n, so n is the number of elements. If I is less than n, go to step 2. So if I is less than n, go to step 2. See, we have I is less than total number of elements are n. So I is the indices. Still, if I is less than n, means there are number of elements remaining in this list. So go to step 2. Step 2. like this we are trying to find out. So now I is 1, so I increase and I increase by 1, I is 1. So if it's present, like this it will go on like this. If something is present, just return that. Let's say indices 5, index 5, I is equals to 5, the target elements we can find out. So this returns the value of I, that index value will be returned. Or else, let's say if we cannot find anything, otherwise the search terminates unsuccessfully. The search will go from first element to nth element, and it will unsuccessfully say no, we haven't find I haven't find the algorithm will say I haven't found the target element. So this is just the basic idea. Now I will do the function part. Okay, so please make a note of it like this. Please, I forgot to tell this, but please make note of it. Now let's see the function code here. Okay, so implementation of linear search algo in arrays. So here in array, how it is implemented, let's see the function code. So now in linear search, so this is the function code. Integer type, this function is taken. Int, this is a pointer taken. Int size, int target. Okay, these are two variables taken. So now for int index equals to 0. So index is starting from 0 and the index is less than size. So you have to check it is, if it is less than size, we are going sequentially. If it is greater than size, so it's no use. So the size is the total size of the array, it is taken. So index plus plus. So now if array index is equals to target, return the index, or else if nothing is found out, return -1. Since it is int, if void would have present, nothing would have returned. Return is statement was not necessary, but since it is int, we have to return something. That -1 means that our search is unsuccessful. We have searched it, but we haven't found anything. Okay, so basically it is doing int index equals to 0. It is starting from 0. Index is less than size. Yeah, so like this. Like this. Okay, so like this index, it is going like this. Let's just cross line. So here around this it is going. So here like this, it is going like this. It is checking and then it is going. Okay, so like this. So I hope you know, remember how for loop works. The plus plus or this increment or decrement part works later after doing this inside part. So index is 0, index is less than this index is less than size. So you have to check the array of that index. Okay, index is just the indices, the 0, 1, 2, 3 like this, the array indices. But the actual array we have to check na. So array of this the actual value is equals to target. So if it is equals to target, we can just return this index, or if not, we will go and increase the index by 1. So by 1 it is increasing because it is sequentially, it is searching. So every time it is be increased by 1. Up till this, if we have reached the size and we haven't found anything, so we will return -1 because we haven't found anything. So we are returning -1. It means that we have searched, but it is unsuccessful. Okay. So now we will see the time complexity. I hope this is understandable to you. It is nothing much, just sequentially searching, and if it is found, which we will tell the which index it is found, or if it is not present, just say this is an unsuccessful search. Return something. Okay. So now let's focus on time complexity. Let's see here. Okay, this is our time complexity. So approach 1. So best case and worst case and average case. So best case number of iteration is just 1. We are starting from the index and 0, and we have found out the target value. So in just one iteration we can find out the best case. And the worst case, it can go till n plus 1. Okay, so the worst case iteration can go till n plus 1. So the average case will be this plus this by 2. So it is n plus 2 by 2. and time complexity is order of n. It is just traversing the array, which will always be order of n. We have seen this many times, so it is nothing much about it. And now recursive relation is here. T of n, T is equals to T of n minus 1 plus 1 if n is greater than 1. If n is equals to 0, time complexity will take 1. So if it has got one element, it will be time complexity will be 1. Or else if it has got more than one element, like we will search this, and then again the array will be divided to n minus 1. So one element we have searched, now we have to check n minus 1 elements, like this is like this. If we go and substitute, it will be also coming down to us order of n. So it is nothing much about it. So order of n is our time complexity of this algorithm. Okay, so now we will see how this algorithm is working on linked list. Now let's say linked list representation. Okay, so how linked list representation. So now struct node start linear search linked list. This is a function calling struct node start and int target. So we have seen this all a lot in how it is working and all in linked list in our data structure course. Please go and watch if you are having any trouble there here. So let's say if head is not null, if loop will run, will go inside if and on if this part is not 0, some integer value is there. So if head is not having null value, it will go inside. Okay, so inside this again, now while loop is running, not do while, just while loop. Okay, so now if head arrow data is equals to target, return head. So if the head is for our target here, so return head. Else if this is not true, this statement is not true, next head equals to head arrow target. Like this we will go on. So okay, so let's say our target element is 2. Now let's see, head is pointing here, so head is not null, so it will go inside. Again head is pointing this element, so again we go inside. Head arrow data 7 is equals to 2, it's false, so we are not returning this, we are going in here. So head equals to head arrow next, so head will not point here, head will point here. So again so if head arrow data equals to target, so 5 equals to 2, it's false. So again we are going here, head arrow next, so head is pointing here. So head arrow data is equals to target, so 9 equals to 2, no, it's false. So again head arrow data, head equals to head arrow next, so 2. So if head arrow data 2 is equals to 2, yes it is true. So return head, so return this return head. So this I think this value will be returned. So 4 return head. So our 400 is our actual this address of this 2 is 400. So this will be returned. I hope this is understandable. So this is basically our linked list array and linked list. We have done both. So we are just left with binary search. Okay. So my phone is not ringing. That notification is coming that phone's battery is dead. It's almost 3:30 more than 3:30 in the morning. So after binary search, I will call it a day. Okay, call it a night. I don't know.